Hello and welcome to Todd Rolls Dice. We're going to take a look at another Sunday preview. So this is Sunday preview 5th of January 2025, which means all of this stuff will be up for pre-order on Saturday the 11th January and will be releasing on Saturday the 25th of January. Towards the end of January, we finally have a big 40k release. As you can probably tell, the Death Korps of Krieg are coming. And there's a few other 40k bits in this, but honestly, this is a really weird Sunday preview. There's quite a lot of nothing, in all honesty. But let's just dive straight into this. So the big exciting thing this week is the Death Korps army set. So grab those gas masks and entrenching tools, because they're not shovels. Yeah, Krieg stuff. Weird mutated horses. It's a nice box if you want Krieg. Especially if you want the new stuff. This one isn't for me because I'm not a big lover of the World War I style. I do love those engineers. The engineers are really cool. But in this box, you get a limited edition codex, as is tradition with these army sets. Limited edition data cards. But the plastic itself, you get the 18 miniatures featuring the new Lord Marshal with his loyal horse who is a clone of the original horse who he just demands keeps being brought back alive or something. There was some really weird but cool lore. They also come with 10 of the brand new Death Riders. They come with 5 of the combat engineers with their remote mine and the big artillery team. Very nice models, really nice sculpts, all in plastic. That's the big exciting thing for you Krieg fans. Yeah. Really, really nice. This box is everything that you need to add to the Kill Team box set, I would guess, because that Kill Team inventory set that came out, was it re-released last week or the week before? That is going to be your troop choice. And then moving forward, you will just be picking up this stuff. There is another wave to come. There was a lot more shown off. I actually thought there was more in this box. But honestly, 10 Death Riders and then the new Death Rider leader, they're going to make a mess of whatever they charge on the tabletop. So don't worry too much about that. This is a nice start. Points wise, I reckon it's quite low. So you will need to add extras if you want to build an army out of this. These aren't for people who are starting a Krieg army. These are for people who are expanding on a Krieg army. And it's not a bad expansion to start with. We're also getting the battlefield trophies. I don't think we covered this on the channel. I can't remember when it came out. But this is just the 40k, the new skull decoration. You've got a little bit of everything, some guard, Space Marines. I really like that Space Marine one with the grill visor missing. That's pretty cool. You get some Vespids, which is nice. A lot of Tau. It's always nice to get some Tau skulls on, isn't it? Gene Stealers, Eldar. You can't beat a good old Eldar skull on your base. Normal skulls, demon skulls. There's some Kroot skulls. There is a Custody, but I didn't think the Custody's ever died. So maybe his helmet just fell off in battle. Maybe he was having a bad day. I don't know. But it's a nice set. I personally wouldn't use them, but they are really nicely sculpted and they are great for decorating bases if that's the route that you want to go down. So that's cool. And outside of Black Library, that's it for 40k. Moving on to Middle-earth Strategy Battle Game. There's 2 new releases here, and then 2 what I'm calling re-releases, but Heleth and Hammer are coming out on their own. These guys in the starter set were on their own sprue, so it makes sense. I think I said in my review. I'll tag the review at the end, actually, if you're interested. These guys are on the same sprue, and it makes sense to have them together because they're very different types of leaders, but they do work quite nicely together. And I think these are beautiful models. Hera is coming. This is the Bride of Death. We've talked about this model before. I don't like it. I like elements of it, but the face... This is a better photo. The original photo that they showed off looked washed out. This looks better from that different angle, and I don't think the lighting is as severe. It does look better, but still, I don't like the face. Apparently she comes with options. You can get a broken-in shield or a standard shield, and she is resin. So that's another reason I'm staying away. But Hera Bride of Death is coming. Quick note, Hera, whichever way it's called, it's up here, isn't it? Daughter of Helm, on horse and on foot. That still isn't being released yet, and the film is 2 weeks out of being pulled from cinemas. So yeah, maybe she's being held back for the streaming release when it drops on Netflix. Who knows? Anyway, let's not be negative about the War of the Rohirrim, because I haven't seen it. I will probably love it. Side note, let me know in the comments if you managed to see it in the 2-week cinema window, and what you thought of it. But no spoilers. Back to the models though. Wolf and Targ are coming out. Again, this is the evil side heroes from the starter set. Beautiful sculpts. The Targ is amazing. Wolf's good too, but Targ is amazing. They share a sprue, so it makes sense that they will come out together. We're also getting Shank, Rot, and the Snow Troll. They don't mention the Snow Troll, but these guys have their own rules in one of the Legendary Legions. They're resin. We've talked about them before. There's not much I can say other than the Snow Troll looks incredible. I would even be tempted to pick this up just for such a cool Snow Troll. And now here's the slightly weirder bit, because this is returning models from both The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. My understanding is that these are all metal. I might be wrong, there might be some fine cast in here, but they are definitely not plastic. So, along with the arrival of the new kits of the War of the Rohirrim, there's a wide assortment of classic Middle-earth miniatures returning to the range. We have Heroes of Men and Elves in Bard the Bowman, which you can see here, Galadriel and Celeborn. These are old. These are Fellowship of the Ring, so these are 2001 metal models. Haldir with sword and bow in his Defender of Lorien vibe, and then in armor with the sword. He is available in armor with his bow. I think it's the Heroes of Helm's Deep kit. That's probably not available anymore. The sword and the bow are very old Fellowship of the Ring sculpts, so again 2001. I don't know when this came out, so it's probably one of the newer resin models. I might be wrong, it might be metal, but these two are definitely metal. I'd be surprised if that's not metal actually. But he's coming back as well, so 3 options of Haldir. You can never have too many Haldir. He's such a great model. And I think he's got a decent glow up in the rules as well, so that's cool. This one I've never seen before. This is the Iron Hills Ballista. It looks like a big chunk. I would guess that it's plastic with 3 metal miniatures. I'd love them to tell us, because they don't say. This might be metal, it might be resin, it might be plastic. Who the hell knows? Lorien Command. I don't like these models. I think they look super derpy. They're coming back. Minas Tirith Command. I love these models, but I think, honestly, what they should be doing is redoing the Minas Tirith Warriors and including Bannerman and the Warhorn and a captain in there as buildable options, because the new Rohan kit is beautiful, but it doesn't contain any of the Rohan Command. Maybe they're just always going to be metal models mixed in with the plastic. Who knows? But they're coming back anyway. And the Minas Tirith Trebuchet. Again, some weird posing on some of the models, but this is a classic. This came out originally in 2003. How can you not love it? Rohan Command, I love these. I especially love that guy who's just murdering an orc, because I'm going to be running Rohan. I am going to be picking these up, but they are metal. They're probably expensive. I would love them to sort their pricing out for this stuff, because you kind of need them to run a decent army. But Lord of the Rings is, or Middle-earth strategy battle game is, a specialist game, so you know that's how it goes. And finally, the weirdest looking Thandwell I've ever seen. I would stay well away from this model, but that's just me. And you can't have good without the bad. So on the other side, we have returning the Goblin King. He must be metal. He must be. Or is he resin because he comes with scenery? I don't know. I'm terrified by what that is made of. But I've not seen this before, because I don't know much about the Hobbit miniatures. I stayed well away from those. So yeah, he's coming back. We've got the... I think that they are the Morannon Orcs. They look like the sculpts and the design of the time when the Morannon Orcs finally came out. But there's Morannon Orcs and Mordor Orc Command coming out this week. Re-releasing this week. So they're coming. And we may as well just jump to that. I think that is... I remember that model and that banner bearer. I remember those. So that makes me think... Because I don't think I was in the hobby when the Morannon Orcs came out. So they, I think, are the Mordor Orcs. They are the Morannons. And then you've also got the Trebuchet with the beautiful troll miniature. I love that one. All of this is cool. I love that troll. I've always loved that troll. So that's cool. These I'd never seen before, but they are the Gundabad Orc Warband. I don't remember them in the film. So where have they come from? Are they the Hobbit? I don't remember them in the Hobbit either, but they're coming back. Now this is 13 models, which leads me to think that this isn't plastic, that these are all metal. God knows how much that's going to cost. We've also got Gorbag and Shagrat returning. Shagrat with the mithril coat that he takes from Frodo. I remember these. I had these years ago. These are old. I mean, these are 21 years old, but they're great. They're just great models. Classic Moria Cave Troll. I mean, how can you not love that? And the 3 trolls from The Hobbit with a little bit of scenery as well. A lot of the Hobbit models I just don't like. These aren't bad. They capture the character of the 3 trolls. And if you really want it to be fancy, you could even paint them grey and say they've turned to stone. Use them as a bit of scenery. Uruk-hai Ballista. Again, Helm's Deep. How can you forget the ballistas and things? Launching the ladders up. And I believe, I haven't checked, but I believe that there is a rule for them like rapidly launching ladders up as well for sieges. There used to be, so it'd be surprised if that had gone, but that's cool, that's classic. The Uruk-hai Demolition Team, I'd put money on these being plastic, you know, the more I think about it. I know the ladders were plastic. I think these are all plastic. I don't know why they ever got rid of these, to be honest, but they're making a return. They were cool, and I love the Berserkers. The Berserkers are they've got a really good glow up in the new rules. They're really cool models. And finally, if you ever wanted to run the Watcher in the water, yeah, now's your chance. That's coming back as well. I think that's metal. I'm pretty sure that's metal and not resin. There's some really, really cool sculpts, and some iconic sculpts. I think these Rohan Command are quite iconic. For me, Haldir with the bow and the sword are pretty iconic. I love these models. I love him with the sword. And Galadriel and Celeborn. Really, really nice. And needed if you're running a Lorien army, I think. They're also bringing back more terrain. So we've got the fences and the watchtower for the Rohirrim. The Rohirrim Cottage, you get 2 of these in the starter set, but they're bringing these back. Probably these are rebranded with the War of the Rohirrim stuff on them. And then a big old, probably £200 terrain pack of all of it. I like the watchtower. I love the cottage. I love this. I would probably pick up a few of these. Moving on to Black Library now. Leontus, Lord Solar, is getting his novel. It's coming out in hardback, ebook, and it says it audio MP3 audiobook. I think that's audible as well. Soldiers of the Imperium. This is an omnibus for the Astra Militarum, obviously to tie in with their codex. So in here you have a collection of novels, Deathworld, Kazakin, and Witchbringer, as well as 4 short stories. Don't remember Deathworld. I remember the cover of Witchbringer, but Witchbringer looked good. And Kazakin, I think, is Eduardo. Yeah, that's the new Kazakin book. So this is actually collecting quite a few of the new books. So that's actually not a bad omnibus, if you want the omnibus, and it's paperback. Renegades Lords of Excess is coming out in paperback as well, and Requiem Infernal is coming out on audiobook. Infantryman's Primer is coming out as well. This is just a fantastic little piece of 40k lore. I mean, there's been different versions of these over the years. I didn't pick one up in 9th, although I wanted to. I may pick this up. They sell out very quick. I would expect this book to sell out faster than the Krieg army set, in all honesty. That's how fast they sell out. But that's coming back as well for an updated version. And it's something that every guardsman needs to read before. And we're getting some French and or German releases for a selection of books here. We've got Dead Man Walking, Horus Heresy Omnibus 16. We've got Oaths of Damnation and Broken Crusade. Over on Warhammer Plus this week, we continue with some of our new shows and a couple of returning. Questing Knights continues the journey through the Blackstone Fortress that they started just before Christmas. This is in search of the Ambul's Lair. I will just point out that while you can still buy Blackstone Fortress as a game and play along if you wanted, you cannot buy the Ambul's Lair. It has been sold out for many years, and I would love to see it back because I would pick one up. The Amble model is amazing, but they're going to be showcasing something that you cannot own for yourself if you don't already, which I think is a bit annoying. What they should be doing is, here's questing nights, and this week the Amble's Lair is going up for pre-order on a made-to-order basis, and you've got a short amount of time to buy it. That'd have been a nice way of tying in a product with this, but I'm not in charge of GW marketing, so... Deep Strike is a new show, one of the many new shows that they're bringing on to Warhammer Plus. This is taking a look at the first season of Black Talon. Black Talon was excellent, but it's also looking at the past and future impact on the lore for the Stormcast Eternals and how Neve herself portends the future of Sigmar's champions. So that could be really good if you're interested in Black Talon. Season 2 is coming out later this year. And finally, Painting Desk. Brush wizard Natalie joins them, who's going to talk about her extensive collection, and in particular the glorious Andraste featured in White Dwarf 500. Over on WarCom, we're gearing up for the Death Corps of Krieg, so we're going to have a glimpse at the new codex. More Krieg stuff. We're probably going to get something Death Guard as well, because there was a massive Death Guard leak. The trolls have been at it again, and a model that hasn't been revealed has been sent out to a customer in a wrong box. But we're going to get something Death Guard, showing off the new model in its splendor. We're probably going to get a new miniature from the Heresy. We're probably going to get a new miniature from Necromunda. Anything interesting we will talk about. I do have a load of other videos to come as well. I've been a little bit lax, but then sort of gearing up after Christmas and New Year and just getting stuff sorted. There's a lot going on to try and get the channel up and running, and obviously a lot of hobby, which is great, but it takes up a lot of time. We will be back as usual this week with more continuous content. At least one video a day is the plan. And hopefully it's going to be some fun stuff. And I'm still behind the scenes building towards doing battle reports for the end of the month, so that is going to be a thing. Finally, my pick of the week can only be the Krieg army set, because the models are great. I want to kit bash them into a Cities of Sigmar army when they're available on their own, and it's not quite as an expense of buying a big box just for one or two models. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's my pick of the week. Let me know what you think. I know a lot of it is just returning, honestly, metal models. And it's for Lord of the Rings. I know that they need to get this stuff out. They need to be actually producing these models because they have rules in the brand new edition, and they are probably under a licensing agreement to do this. The main thing is this stuff is coming and they are creating the models again. Even if they are the old metal sculpts, maybe they'll get updated at some point, maybe they won't, who knows. At least they're there, that's good. But because they're not new, I can't pick them for my pick of the week. And this is pretty much the only new thing we've got going. Apart from that Hera model, which I don't like. Actually, no, I'm changing my mind. My pick of the week is the Snow Troll, but only the Snow Troll. Just that one part of the set. He's my pick of the week, because he's glorious. But let me know what you think in the comments, as always. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.